Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. Today I am playing with a bundle. Let me just start again. This week I'm hoping to feature some of the bundles that you can actually get at the moment with an extra 10% off. So any bundle, you need to look in the catalogue to see what the bundles are. And the bundles are from, let me see if I can find. I'm sure it tells you. Why did I not get this ready before I started? I'm sure there was. Right, I'll put a link later on of where the bundles are. They must be before this. I'm still getting used to this catalogue, so please forgive me. Right, yeah. So here we go. Starting on page after the sweets, I think it is. It tells you. Yeah, that's the sweet. A bundle starting here. Yeah. So starting on page 57, it shows you the bundles. But also, just if you take note just now, these two machines plus the mini boho blue one on page 56, they have 10% off during June. And all these bundles, so we've got Layers of Beauty, Labelled with Love, Keeping Tabs, all these ones, right through to page 74. And all the bundles that are in the sweets as well. I don't know if they're already featured on. No, these are ones that just come as bundles and not part of sweets. But the other ones these are bundles too. So you bundle Flowers of Beauty bundle, Unbounded Love, and so within the sweets there's bundles as well. So there's loads to choose from. But today I am looking at the Citrus Blooms bundle, which in its die bundles that are they're all 10% off. Gosh, it took me ages to get there, but you know. So anyway, today I'm looking at this bundle. So I'm kind of doing something different to what I've seen so far, but just something that I'll enjoy doing, but something that will just draw your attention to this sweet. And yes, so there's the samples in the catalogue. And I did kind of take my inspiration from this. Excuse me, I'll put my timetable thing out the way. The inspiration from this one, as in stamping on the peach pie. So that's where and having the pumpkin pie as in the card as well. But let's just go and stamp and see if it works or not, because it might not. So I have got myself a piece of peach pie here that I'm going to stamp on. I've got Memento Tuxedo Black, and I've got, this is from the die set. I should have shown you that. I've started putting my dies in the stamp case so that I start using them more. So there's 2 page, I just use these magnetic sheets. So there's dies that cut out the stamps, and there's loads of standalone dies. There's foliage. There's also this one, and I featured this. I think I've used that foliage in something else, but I will use this bundle again. But today I think I am likely to just be using the largest stamp and the die to cut it out. And I have already cut out, oops, I'm just popping that to the side. I've already cut out one of the foliage dies, which I may or may not use in this card. So Oh, look at me, I've got black ink everywhere already. Not even started. Great. Right, so I've got a piece of pumpkin pie and I've got a peach pie card base. I'll pop them out of the way. I've got this layer which I will stamp on later, but at the moment what I wanted to do, let's just turn that over. I've got some watercolor paper, pencils even, and I want to colour these in on the peach pie card. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm just inking it up with Memento because I'm not going to use, although they're watercolour pencils, I'm not going to use a whole lot of water with them. So I think we'll be all right. So we'll stamp this, at least, well, I might stamp it more than once actually. I'm just going to stamp it once just now. I'll use the rest of that for something else. I just cut it. I think I will only need one in this card. And then I'm going to colour it in with watercolour pencils. First of all, I'm going to use the white. Now, this is not a colouring class. This is just me. So I'm using the white and I'm colouring in the petals. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to die cut this first, because if I do all the colouring and then I mess up the die cutting, that would be just a waste of time. So yeah, I've stamped it, I'll die cut it and then I'll colour it in. That makes sense, doesn't it? So I've got my machine here. But I'm just going to make sure we're still filming because of an experience that I had last week where I thought I was filming and I wasn't. So yeah, we're still filming. I have to remember that every time I bring that machine out. So, everything moves. So when I'll try to remember to check that once I've cut this out. And we'll just use a bit of washi tape. All crafters have a bit of washi tape in there, but any paper tape that's not too tacky is helpful for this. But we usually all have bought too much washi tape and we've never used it all. So let's just cut this out. Because sort of mostly I stamp on basic white and colour in, and I just thought it was quite nice sometimes. So I sometimes stamp on paler colours of cards, so it's nice maybe to try out colouring on it. So it's not going to be a short video, is it? And it's gone wrong. Oh, I'm going to keep going. I think it's gone landscape, but I'll be able to change that. I'll edit it after, so let's just keep going. So I'm going to highlight the flowers with white watercolor pencil. And the middle of it with our daffodil yellow. It actually shows up quite well. Just do the middle of that one while I've got it in my hand. And then this, oh yeah, the bud as well, with the white watercolour pencil. these buds. And then the leaves, I've got out garden green and granny apple green. So again, just putting the dark roughly where and I'm just being a bit scribbly here, using the lines that the artist have already popped in. With the garden green, I'm just so go all quiet because I'm colouring, but I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can so this video doesn't go on forever and ever. So obviously you can take your time and enjoy your colouring. I'm just trying to show you something slightly different. I haven't practiced this. I'm not sure whether it's really going to work or not, but so that's all with the, oh no, there's another stalk there which I thought to do with the garden green, and then I'm going to take the granny apple green and just basically scribble over the top. And they're actually, even at that, blending together okay. We do have a blender pen which I can bring out and show you if you think that makes a difference. But I don't think it's really needed on the leaves. I'm going to probably use it on the fruit. Probably take the garden green under there where the orange is over the top of the leaf, just to give a bit of shadow. This is the scribble colouring method here. But it's quite effective, and actually if you could leave it like that if you wanted. But I won't. I'm going to add just a bit of depth to which I'm assuming these are oranges. So I've got Calypso Coral here. I'm just going to add a bit. And this orange is over the top of that one. So the shadow there would be a bit heavier. I'll just... I've got my die cutting just a wee bit squiffy. I think I might just trim that a little, but I'll do that. If I'm going to do that, I'll do that before I put it on the card. Oh, I missed a bit of stock here, look. That bud. And I missed that leaf, didn't I? Just missed that whole corner. So while it is nice to learn a lot of colouring techniques, and believe me, they do make a difference, sometimes I just like to demonstrate that you can still get good results even if you don't have skills. So again, I'm just adding on where the artist has put the wee dots, the darker Calypso Coral. And again, this leaf is over there, so there would be some shadow there. And then I'm going to go in with the pumpkin pie and just kind of scribble a wee bit more coming out from where and amongst where I've put the Calypso coral. I'm not particularly, I'm just scribbling this. I'm not even trying to blend them in or anything, because I am going to use the blender brush, or blender pen rather, that we have. Stampin' Up have these blender pens which smooth out your watercolouring a bit, your watercolour pencils. Obviously, the heavier you lean, the more colour you'll get. I'm just dabbling that in. And you see, even just leaving it like that, you can see that it's given the oranges or peaches or whatever they might choose to be. Because you could, I'm sure, make these look peach-like. I don't have one, so you would add a bit more Calypso, I think, if you were having making it into peach. And yeah, so that's the 3 fruits. And then I'm going to take the blender pen and just make sure that there's no colour on the tip of that from other colouring projects, and basically just smooth out my colouring, and it will blend the colours and the pencils. It kind of takes the pencil line away. Just something different. I can tell you it's very relaxing to just sit and do this. So it's no longer a scribble, it looks much more intentional. And just pull it all, the colour out just a bit further with the pen. And let that dry off. And I'm quite happy with that. What I'm doing with the card, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that I'll be having that kind of on there. So I'll need a bit of a sentiment here. So we've got, hello, all the love. You're the best kind of person. That's nice, isn't it? And just checking in. Let's go with, hello, just checking in. No, just hello, actually, I'm thinking would work. Hello is just handy if you want to just send a message to someone. A block, that helps, doesn't it? And because we've got I don't have any other ink pads out, but I've got my Memento. But actually need to get one out because I want to use a different one. But anyway, we'll pop hello here first, just in this corner. There we go. The lid on that. And actually want to get my peach pie ink out and add a bit of texture to this. Now, so we've got this stamp here that sort of like a wee tiling type of pattern, so I think we'll just add some of this now. So what I'm thinking is I'll do the heavier 2, 3, because that's going there. So if I want it lighter around it, I'm thinking that works quite nice there. We could be trimming bits off, but I quite like the whole image. So let's just add a bit more. You could line this up and, you know, get a proper, if you go in like that, that's obviously that's Stampin' Off, but I think we'll just leave it at that. Just have that, just that little bit of, maybe could do with a bit of it just peeking out here. So we'll just, that'll be fine. I'm not worried about that bit because this is going to stick over there. And I think that's just fine. And that is likely to get stuck onto here. And I was thinking this die cut, the cutout was just probably overkill, but just some little bits sticking out around this frame. So I'm going to stick this with wet glue, if this wet glue is going to work. Yay, I'll stick this on flat. I did have another thing I was going to do. Where is it going? Yay. When I'm done, I'll put some Wink of Stella on the flowers. Now, I said that in a card recently. I was filming and then forgot to do it. So let's just make that happen. I hope you can see I keep moving this about. I think you can see the whole. Hello. I like that. And then if I put this on with dimensional, then I can chop this up and add little bits in. Let's just close this up. So yeah, I quite like that. The watercolor pencils worked really well on that colour of card on the peach pie. So I'll try it on. I don't think I've tried colouring in with watercolor pencils on any other coloured cards, so I will try it out. So I'm going to put this with dimensionals, but what I'll do then is pop this onto the card base then first. Dimensionals, my brain wasn't really with me there. So I don't want, do you know what I'm thinking actually? Use foam sheet and just have it in the middle. Scissors, where are you? Where's my snips? Yeah, there. And then that will mean then I can have the greenery. That will work. It's just foam sheets. It's the same stuff as dimensionals, but just in sheet form, and you can buy that in the annual catalogue or from the annual catalogue even. Janice, you have bone folders galore, but they've disappeared. There we go. Take the backing off, it's going to stick, yeah? Right, now because I'll need to be just a bit careful to get this lined up, because I used to using wet glue to get things straight, but that's okay. And what did why did I do that? I wasn't putting that on with dimensionals. I was putting this on with dimensionals. Oh well, okay, well we'll put that on with the dimensionals as well. Very good, Janice. You're just too clever for your own good. Not. Right, I've got another bit of this sheet. No, we've got lots of dimension in this card now. I mean, that's nice like that, but I'm just thinking, I just thought that some little bits of this, at least at the corner. So we'll just, there are leaves. I'm just going to chop some bits off. There are standing alone leaves dies as well, but because I had cut this out, because my idea changed or developed, let's see, as I mean. So see, just something like that with that peeking out. So we'll just, where's that wet glue gone? Here it is. So this time what I'll do is pop the bits of glue on the upper side so that I can actually stick that onto there rather than onto the orange, but it will, there we go, like that. And then I want just a little bit kind of at each corner, but not, I don't want it to be symmetrical, or I might hate this when I'm finished. Probably should have chopped this up and then had a wee play, but it's me. Just a bit of interest to add. Right, I'm not even. Then I'm really just making this up as I go now. It's just use it up now, but I'm sure it'll look fine. It's just so they're just peeking out and just adding a wee bit of extra interest to the card. And I'm really going to leave it there because, oh no, we need some sparkle in here, if I can get this open. Oh, and Wink of Stella, that's right. So this, in the suite with the blooms, we have these beautiful opal rounds. Now in the designer series paper that goes with this, there's Night of Navy and other blues in it, but I didn't add blue in this. But I do think that the centre of the flowers, no, I'm not going to do that, no. I was thinking I was going to put them in the centre of the flowers, but then I'm thinking, actually, just take them around the image and draw your eye around the image, and then take Wink of Stella, remember what I said on the petals. And just add a bit of shimmer there on the wee flowers. The bud. So it's just nice to take out a bundle or a suite and just play, and I'm sure, you know, you can make more than, you'll have lots of ideas. Use the catalogue as I did for my colour inspiration, and then I went from there with what I have around on my desk. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you'll have a go at using your watercolour pencils on coloured card, not just white card. I have used them on black card and that works reasonably well. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and if you have not subscribed already, please do. Please press the bell icon to get notified when I'm coming on again. And also, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, please share this to Pinterest or share it out to any friends who you think might be interested in seeing something like this. So thanks once again, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, an extra 10% off, and you'll find a link to my shop below. Thank you.